Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood. Today we're going to be learning all about ski mountaineering, or Skimo, which is making its Olympic debut in the 2026 Winter Games. While its inclusion in the Olympics may be new, it has ancient roots based on practical necessities for life in frigid, mountainous environments. But now, as always, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. Ski mountaineering didn't start as a race for sport, it was just how couriers would get around, and eventually, like so many other things, people turned it into a bit of a competition. So in the early days of those courier competitions, skiers had to carry a heavy mailbag up and down the mountain to simulate real-life missions. What do you think? Did ski mountaineering start off as a way to prove that, as the Postal Service says, neither snow nor rain nor heat or gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds? Well, we'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Our word for today is skins. That's S-K-I-N-S. In most skiing contexts, you want to have the bottom of your skis be as slippery as possible, but in ski mountaineering, skins are the most important tool in the athlete's bag. These are long strips of material that are temporarily attached to the bottom of the skis to provide grip. When you slide the ski forward, the fibers lie flat to allow movement, but when you try to slide backward, the fibers bite into the snow, acting like a one-way brake that allows you to walk straight up a mountain. The word skins in this context can be traced back hundreds of years to early mountain explorers. Originally, these strips were made from actual skins of seals, as seal fur has a natural grain that allows for easy forward gliding but resists backward sliding. Even though we no longer use animal hides, people still use the term skins to refer to the tools. Time for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about ski mountaineering. Number 1, Skimo athletes can climb a mountain with incredible speed. While a recreational hiker might take several hours to climb a mountain, elite ski mountaineering athletes can ascend 1,000 meters or about 3,300 feet in less than 40 minutes. They don't just hike, they engage in a high-speed sprint while carrying all their gear, often reaching heart rates that stay near their maximum for the entire race. It's an extremely physically demanding sport because it combines the intensity of a sprint with the thin air of high altitudes. In a typical sprint race, the version you see in the Olympics, athletes must ski uphill, carry their skis on their backs up a steep boot pack section, and then rip their skins off at lightning speed to descend through a series of slalom gates. This requires a level of agility and cardiovascular power that very few people possess. Number 2, the transitions are often where the race is won or lost. In Skimo, a transition is the moment an athlete has to change their gear, moving from climb mode, skiing uphill, to downhill mode, where they carry the skins on their backs. These world-class athletes have practiced these movements so many times they can rip the skins off their skis and lock their boots into downhill mode in under 5 seconds. If you blink, you might miss that transformation from a climber to a downhill racer. This requires incredible fine motor skills while under extreme physical stress. Imagine trying to unlock a tiny latch and fold a sticky piece of fabric while your heart is going 180 beats a minute and your fingers are freezing in the mountain air. A single fumble during a transition can cost an athlete a podium spot, making the pit stop just as important as the actual skiing. Number 3. Skimo athletes train their bodies to perform in environments where there's 30% less oxygen than here at sea level. Because these races often take place at high altitudes, often over 8,000 feet or about 2,500 meters, the air is much thinner, making it significantly harder to breathe. To prepare, many elite athletes use altitude training where they live and sleep in high mountain huts or use specialized tents that simulate the high altitude air. This forces their body to produce more red blood cells, which are the sort of delivery vehicles that carry oxygen to the muscles. When a Skimo racer is sprinting uphill at these heights, their heart is actually working twice as hard as it would at sea level just to keep their muscles moving. The adaptation is so intense that when these athletes return to lower elevations, they often feel like they have superhuman endurance because their blood is so efficient at transporting oxygen. Number 4. Skimo grew from a survival skill into a competitive vertical sport. Like many winter sports, ski mountaineering began as a necessity for people living in the Alps and other mountain ranges who needed to travel between high-altitude villages. Before there were paved roads or tunnels, skiing was the only way to deliver mail, transport supplies, or rescue stranded hikers. Eventually, it evolved into a military competition where soldiers tested their ability to navigate the most dangerous peaks in Switzerland. Today, the sport has branched into several competitive formats, including the vertical race, which is purely uphill. In a vertical race, there's no downhill skiing at all. The race starts at the bottom of the mountain and ends at the peak. And our fifth and final fun fact for today: the gear is engineered to be as light as a feather but strong as steel. Because every extra gram feels like a ton when you're climbing a vertical mile, Skimo equipment uses light carbon fiber engineering. A pair of racing skis can weigh less than 1.5 pounds, which is about the same as a large loaf of bread. Compare that to a standard pair of downhill skis, which can weigh 10 to 12 pounds, and you can see why the athletes are able to move so quickly. The bindings are also pretty impressive. They often weigh just a few ounces while still being strong enough to lock the athlete's heel down at a 50-mile-an-hour descent. And the boots are designed with a walk mode that allows the ankle to flex almost as much as a hiking boot. This high-tech gear allows the athletes to push the boundaries of what's possible on a mountain, turning what was once a slow, dangerous journey into a high-speed, athletic spectacle. Now for some news you can use. If you want to build your lung capacity like a Skimo racer, try practicing nasal breathing during your lighter workouts. While it's tempting to breathe through your mouth when you're tired, focusing on breathing exclusively through your nose during a walk or light jog trains your body to use oxygen more efficiently. It acts as a natural governor for your pace, making sure that you stay in a steady, fatigue-free heart rate zone. It works because the nose filters and warms the air before it hits your lungs, which is especially helpful in cold weather. Also, nasal breathing stimulates the lower part of the lungs, which is where the most efficient gas exchange happens. It helps you build a strong aerobic base, which is the foundation that allows Skimo athletes to climb for hours without stopping. Of course, as always, I should point out, I am not a medical professional and this is not medical advice. Always consult your doctor before starting or changing a fitness routine to make sure that it's safe and appropriate for your specific health needs. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked if it's true that Skimo racers used to have to carry mail bags to simulate being a mountain postman. That's a fallacy. While it's true that the sport was inspired by mountain soldiers and postmen who used skis to deliver messages, they didn't actually carry mail bags during the early races. There is a slight grain of truth, though, in that the very first organized competitions, known as military patrol, did require athletes to wear heavy military rucksacks and compete in full uniform to prove their survival skills. Today, the Olympic version has swapped the heavy rucksacks for ultralight carbon fiber gear, but the spirit of being a mountain survivor who can deliver under any condition is still at the heart of the sport. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about ski mountaineering with me today, and be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.